Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to FPL Don't Panic. Yeah, 71 points and another red arrow. It's the game we're playing at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, it could have been very different. Nothing this morning from the Arsenal boys. They wouldn't have taken much from them to make it a very, very different story this morning. But there wasn't anything, and it isn't a different story. It looks like a very significant drop down to 214 from, I think it was 170 I was on. But in the grand scheme of things, honestly, it's just a few points at the moment. It really, really is so very tight. The game is squeezing up again. The template, the Salah, Saka, Palmer template has gone, and it's that volatility is back, and I think that's actually great, to be honest with you. It makes it a far more interesting game as opposed to us all having the same teams going out. But it does make it more challenging because you can have 1 week you can jump. It's going to get to that again. You can have 100,000 jump 1 week, or you can, like me this week, for just the sake of a few points, have a 50,000 drop. That's where it's at the moment. So won't spend too long reviewing yet. Down to 214,000, 71 points. I've obviously got the minus to come off there as well, which that puts me down at 67. Why is that saying 68? Weird. Yeah, overall not desperately unhappy. Disappointed though. It would have been so easy just to have had a relatively healthy green arrow just for a Gabriel return or a Timber return, or if that blue triangle of doom hadn't let me down so badly. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Game week 20. Don't really want to spend too long reviewing that. Done it to death. Over at game week 19 is gone. Let's look forward to see what things look like going forward and what we need to do to get things back on track. Right, let's go to the top. If I was to put a team out this week and not make any transfers at all, I think this is what it would look like. I think you guys are starting to get used to my spreadsheet now, so I won't bore you to death explaining it, but yeah, we've got the averages going across. Last 5 game weeks played, provided they were 60 minutes or more, going down, so it just accounts for injuries. So I sort of look back so to get there an overall idea of how the players performing. Then obviously I have my averages of what they would have achieved as a unit. That gives me their individual averages and their average and their median. The average and the median working out exactly the same this week. Yeah, Pickford, no, not going anywhere. Brought in, he's a long-term pick. Any transfer I make at the moment, I want them to be long-term, for the long term, and not just sort of bringing them in for a quick hit. Because as you know, I need to get 5 transfers together before game week 29, so I can dead end into that and wildcard out of it. So Pickford, happy, average is great. And looking at those fixtures, I'm pretty sure he can keep on or close to that. Hall, yeah, seriously, he should have been playing for me. I mean, I said weeks ago when Newcastle were performing very shoddily, no, I'm not giving up Hall. He sits on my bench. I think he is going to start delivering attacking returns. So the attacking returns are now coming, and the clean sheets are coming. Unfortunately, I left most of those on the bench. However, he comes in now, and hopefully I can see some of that. And he obviously comes in because Timbers picked up his yellow card, so he is out for the next game anyway. So that's a double Arsenal defence, which I'm starting to have less faith in anyways. Broken up for the time being. Gabriel, yeah, numbers still very good. Fixtures not too bad. Always fancy him for an attacking return. Those averages, yeah, they're fine. But again, it's just a shame they just coughed up a very soft goal this morning, I thought, again early on. Yeah, seems to be the way at the moment with the expensive defences. Virgil, yeah, he is going to go. He is going to go. And I hope I've just got to work out, is it going to be this week? I've got to bring in Trent, or do I have to wait a few weeks so I don't have to take too many hits? And we'll talk about that shortly. Salah, nothing to see there. Just as I say, just concerned with the over-reliance on him for points, because Salah's points don't do a great deal for us. He looked fantastic at the end of the week, but they don't do a great deal for us because everyone has him. And in game weeks like this, it's not even a split captaincy where you might get some gains, but if they're splitting between Salah and Palmer, you know, everyone's on Salah. Whoop-de-doo, yeah, but no real rank gains on it. And even if he blanked, it probably wouldn't have meant that massive a drop because everyone was on a Salah captaincy. Palmer, yeah, mild concern there still, but he could have had 2 goals in that game very, very easily. So he's going nowhere, and we know that Palmer will come through with big hauls. And if there's a couple of big hauls every 5 game weeks and it keeps him on an average of 7, fine. I would definitely like to see more consistency there, though. Enzo is possibly on the chopping block this week. I don't think it was necessarily a mistake. I mean, I still think he's actually playing quite well, and he could have had a goal in that game as well. His expected goals is not bad. It's just that overexposure for an out-of-form Chelsea, and having 3 players that I need at least one of them to be coming in every week, but ideally 2. But at the moment, 3 of them, 3 blank. That's an absolute killer. Even if one of those guys had come in with anything this week, that 71 could have easily been an 80 plus. And it's just a different game week. Jota. Yeah, I know I'm taking a bit of a gamble there with Jota, but as I did say, he only came on for 30 and he got his goal, and he should start against United, and today's that United team, he could absolutely destroy us. I can easily move Jota out in a few weeks, but he is definitely staying for Man United home. Watkins, yeah, happy enough there. Leicester home. On these last 5 matches where he's played 60 or more, he's obviously got his 12 points. Yeah, fantastic. 7 average. I expect to see that average go up. Will he be under threat in a few weeks' time and a rotation risk? Probably, but I can plan for that. Jackson. Yeah, I just think he's got to go. I actually do like Jackson, but again, it's just that Chelsea trilogy of doom. And Isak, carry on, and decent fixtures there again for Isak, and his averages are fantastic, and he's returning every game. Against that Spurs defence, he could do some absolute major damage. So listen, it doesn't look bad, does it? Really, 71 would be my prediction. My predictions for the most part this season I don't know why they're so accurate, because really the spreadsheet shouldn't correlate to what happens, but it just seems to more times than not. I think of the 19 game weeks so far, 10 of my predictions have been within a couple of points, and about 4 or 5 of them have been not too far off the mark, and it usually ended up that I was over because of captaincy, and then there's probably 3 or 4 that were just so far off the mark you didn't bear any semblance to what I thought would come in. Would I be happy with 71? Well, normally yes, but is it actually enough? But that team does say it should get that 71 mark. And bear in mind, as I say, my predictions are without captaincy. It could be more if there is no glitches in the system somewhere. But I'm still over-reliant on Jackson. Jackson and Enzo and Palmer. And I don't think Palace are that easy at the moment. So I don't think that's easy in a fixture. And an out-of-form Chelsea going to a growing in confidence Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Could be another bad day at the office for the boys in blue. Let's have a look at the shortlist, which has been shortened down to some of the options I would look at this week. Trent's top of my list. I really want Trent. But should he be top of my list? I mean, I've got Virgil in there. Virgil could easily get on the end of a couple of corners from Trent. And it would be sod's law if that did happen, because I would have to take hits to get to Trent. Milenkovic wouldn't be coming in this week, but it's still very, very much in my mind at some point at 4.6. Those numbers, his consistency are fantastic, and his numbers are actually better than Aina, and a little bit more consistent. I know Aina came with that haul, but Milenkovic is a goal threat as well, and he will be hitting. He will at some point hit those 15 pointers, I think. So he's very, very much on my watch list for future. Can't do it this week. Other priorities. Gordon is potentially top. of my priorities to move Enzo out. I really like now that he's moved back on that left. He's linking up fabulously well with Hall down that left. They look really, really threatening. They've got obviously had a really good understanding. Gordon had been playing out on the right for a while. I think that's why his numbers have not been what they were at various stages last season. And it was exactly around this stage last season where Gordon hit absolutely top form, and he was bringing in the 14 pointers and the 15 pointers. Maybe he just likes the new year, the Christmas time, the new year. But it was around this time last year he was hauling big time. And he's back on that left. That's real nice consistency in the numbers. He is a proven FPL asset, and if I'm moving someone out, I want to try and bring in proven FPL assets that I can hold for the long term. I think those fixtures from an attacking perspective look good. He links up really well with Isak. Ticks pretty much all my boxes, to be honest with you. Have thought about Murphy, but I am ruling him out. I just think there's a minute's risk there. And I do think Gordon now is going to overtake him now that Gordon looks as though he's definitively out on that left. It's still a good option, 5 million. I mean, it would solve one problem for me, but I think it could create a longer term one. So I think Gordon is the one for me. Jesus, I've given a little bit of thought to, but not right. It's tempting, actually. It is tempting, but I think I'm going to go with Wood. As I say, the three things that I want to do is, and I've said for a long time, I want a Forest asset, I want Trent, and I want to break up the blue triangle of doom. Okay, this is what it would look like if I did all three of those things. Trent, Gordon and Wood in. Trent in for Virgil, Gordon in for Enzo, and Wood in for Jackson. I like those numbers. But it is going to take more than one hit to get there. Do I really want to do that, or do I want to do it in stages? I think my path would be to bring in Wood and then bring in Gordon, because I think that's the bigger priority for me to sort that over reliance on that triple Chelsea, because I do still have Virgil, even though his numbers are not great, and maybe I could do that the following week or over the next week or two. There is also that temptation just to take the 12-point hit though. As I said, my predictions generally have been fairly accurate. If I was guaranteed 79 or 80 points, I'd absolutely just take the 12-point hit and do it, and then I'm set for the next few game weeks. I can start rolling again, odd tweak, but I'll be in a good position to get those 5 transfers together before 29. It's 12 points though. That's a lot of hits. And I think that's too many hits even for my blood. You want to sort of think, try and think of, if I was wildcarding this week, what would I like my team to look like? I'd like it to look like that, or very, very close to it. And any other little tweaks I need could easily be done over a couple of game weeks. So there's another way of looking at it. Hey, I'm wildcarding. That would be a really good team going out with, for the most part, really good fixtures, and where there is little crossovers. I would suggest, obviously, Wood has got Liverpool at home there. But yeah, Ahmad, I mean, how bad can United be? Southampton at home, surely, so we could actually do a little swap out there. And that would work really, really nicely. What am I going to have more regret about? Not doing the hits and say Trent, say Trent Hall, and I didn't do it, take the extra hit. No, I'm going to be absolutely bloody gutted. Would I be more gutted than if I do bring in Trent? I've got him for the long term, which I know I want. And let's take it to the extreme. Virgil gets a goal and an assist and a clean sheet. So matches Trent to all intents and purposes on his haul. Or Trent got 0. That would be bad. I don't think that would happen. What I'm going to feel worse about, having Trent, not getting much out of him, and Virgil getting a decent amount of points, or Trent hauling, and Virgil still coming in with the same. Don't know. It's a question for the ages. I think I'd actually gutted if Trent Hall's. I haven't got him, because then he's paid for himself anyway. It doesn't matter what Virgil does. And then I've got the player I want for now and beyond. It's very reckless though. Very reckless. But if it came up with an 80-pointer, and you never know, it could be more than that, it would be worth it, because then I'm just ready and I can actually really just focus on the bigger stuff coming up. And there is big stuff coming up. Managers, assistant managers chip, and obviously double game week. Liverpool should be coming up soon. I think I'm almost set for that. And then obviously game week 29, where there's going to be a lot of blanks, and that's the one I absolutely have to be ready for, with plenty of transfers going in. Bench the players like my Salahs and Palmers, etc., that I've got a lot of money in. Then move out a few players, make sure I've got a decent strong 11, and then bring back in the ones that I want on the wild card afterwards. See how it works. I think that's kind of it, guys. Again, a little bit waffly. Hopefully there was a little bit of interesting stuff in there for you guys. I'm gonna, again, I haven't really got too long to sleep in this, because some of these prices are going to start to change very, very quickly. I suspect we'll see Gordon going up, and we'll certainly see Trent going up. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Wood going up as well, actually. I think I might see Enzo going down. I think he might have already taken a price drop, actually, as I was doing my numbers this morning, trying to work out how I could get paths to the different players. I thought, hey, it looks like it's got a little bit missing off there. So I think he may have gone down already. So these are the things I need to think about. So probably do need to make decisions within the next, before the next wave of price changes come in, and then just execute them. This question is whether I do 2 hits or 3 hits. I shall dwell on it. I'll leave it at that, guys. Hope you are all having a fantastic new year so far. Hope you've all had fantastic game weeks. Some lovely messages from you guys as well, which I really, really do appreciate. And to say after the game week I've just had, I'm not sure why you're listening to me, but I'm coming back. Only just outside the top 200k. I'm going to get there, one way or t'other. Take care. Chat soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.